Where? Who's there? I whisper.
You don't hear a response, and as you look around, you notice that you're basically in like eternal blackness. There's darkness all around. You're not even sure what you're standing on.
I slap myself in the face.
You do it 4 or 5 times, and you end up waking up.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't go back to bed. I sit up drunk in my bed until I forcefully pass out.
Okay. Luckily, you're pretty drunk and pretty devastated from the loss to Cobblepot. About 30 minutes pass, and you end up passing out. You wake up the next morning, fully clothed. You had a pretty rough night.
Shaken, but not stirred.
Exactly. The rest of you, do you guys just head downstairs?
Yeah.
That would have been perfect when she came in the room.
All right, you guys are all downstairs. Rich looks a little bit shitty. You could tell that he seemed to have a rough night, one way or the other. And Cobblepot also, his hair's kind of ruffled. It's not really in the best shape, and his eyes look a little bit heavy.
Okay. Conrad, Casey, Charles, Charlie, Chaplin, something.
Yes, sir. Yes. What, sir? You
Hair
hear
of the dog.
You look behind the bar to expect to see him coming, but you actually see him passed out on the table. And Cobblepot, it's right where you left him last night.
What the fuck?
He kind of slept on the table.
The hell sort of party did I miss?
He goes, oh, no party. So what can I do for you?
Hair of the dog.
He looks at you. He's like, I'm sorry, sir.
Hair of the dog? It means give me whatever I was drinking last night to help me get over my hangover to this morning.
Sir,
it's a real term, JP.
Sir, I know that, but he doesn't know that. He goes, sir, we you know what? Let me go look back in the.
Are you telling me we don't have any liquor left?
Not what you were drinking last night. Me and Cobblepot seem to have finished that off with
fucking Cobblepot.
Where Elias?
I look around. Do I see Cobblepot anywhere?
Yeah, he's down here with you as well. You guys are kind of all together at the bar in a group.
I begrudgingly go up to him and then give him like a what's up of approval, and then sit down next to him and wait for my drink.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I got some of those sick eggs, Charlie.
Okay. Charlie comes back, drops off a... it's not a whiskey, but it's some sort of alcohol. It looks to be brown.
I don't ask, I take.
Okay.
Eggs with potatoes and onions and some cheese, please.
Yeah. He's like, all right, yeah, same.
Maybe some sausage on the side or a little bit of bacon?
Well, I'll see what the... Look, I just woke up, sir. Give me a minute. I'll see what I got.
Take your time.
He looks at the rest of you and he's like, do the rest of you need anything?
Just the eggs.
I'll take the same thing that Rich is getting, but none of those onions.
What? How do you not like onions? Onions are delicious.
They make your breath smell terrible.
Well, you're single though, right?
Well, just because you're single doesn't mean you know.
You live in squalor until you find someone who's willing to take you in? That's how we always did it. Maybe you gnomes are a little bit different, but...
Well, I mean, as you can tell from the party we had last night, we like to party sometimes.
Was that your last time, Cobblepot?
My last time what?
Did Cobblepot and Charlie? I raise an eyebrow.
No, you guys are drawing the wrong conclusion here. Actually, I have something to tell you all. JP, are we all sitting with Charlie and them, or is it just us four?
It's just you four. Charlie's back in the back prepping breakfast for everyone.
I tell them about the cult that they told me about last night.
Okay. You guys have the same information that was shared with Ryan.
Where was the cult? Like, do they know where they live? Or I missed that part.
It's just in the same house. It's the eyesore of a house up on the hill.
Okay.
And are we sure that they're cultists? And are they dangerous? Like, should we go destroy them all, or are they just like some crazy random sect of a cult and are totally harmless?
Oh wait, where were the bodies found? With the organs missing?
They were dropped off at a kind of in an alley up against a wall the past couple of nights.
Alright, and Nick's body didn't have organs missing, right?
It did.
Oh, it did.
Oh, you
Okay.
shared that with them? Yeah. You also learned that Nick's body was missing all of his organs.
Okay. Which organ?
He had nothing in his chest. They were all gone.
Oh. Okay. Gross.
About this time, Charlie comes back with a bunch of plates in his hand and puts it on the table, and he goes, all right, look, this is on me. Usually well, you guys have a good day. And he walks off back behind the bar.
I kind of follow after him and drop 5 gold coins on the table and say, I hope this covers everything.
He turns to you and he goes, okay. And he reaches for the 5 gold and puts it.
Is that not enough?
And he goes, oh, it's more than enough, sir. You're
okay. I didn't know what those guys got up to last night, and they've skipped out on bills before, so I just wanted to make sure that everyone's doing their part.
That's only half of what I made last night, Rich.
You made money last night? What'd you do? Did you go see that guy that you were talking about?
No, I just took on some subhumans.
Nice.
I think you got lucky on that one, to be honest.
I would be willing to bet any amount of money with any of you guys on an arm wrestle.
Really?
Yep.
Any amount of money?
Yes.
Oh my God.
So if I said 100 gold right now, you would bet 100 gold on an arm wrestling competition between you and me.
Let's do it.
Well, I don't want to take all your money, so let's do something a little bit more reasonable. I'll do 20. 20 gold right now. 2 out of 3
Sure,
or
let's
best
do it.
1 out of 1? What do you want?
Whatever you want is fine.
Best 2 out of 3.
Sure, me and Cobblepot are laughing at Rich right now.
Whatever you want is fine.
Best 2 out of
Actually,
3.
does anyone want to bet more than Rich?
Rich, do you actually have 100 gold?
I have 120 gold.
Okay.
I'll take the highest bidder here.
No?
It's 20 gold,
Yes.
the highest bidder.
He's...
It's an arm wrestling competition. I'm not gonna use Fist of Stone. It would be worthless. Nope. Okay then. I guess everyone passes. That's fine. Pussies.
Alright, let's do it. D20 plus your strength.
20? Sure. Let's do it. I will cast strength on myself before playing.
When I see him casting strength, I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this?
What?
You're casting spells? You're using magic? See know what I was talking to you about last night, Riley? This is exactly the bullshit I was talking about, and I walk
be
away.
You were
fair,
sure
Rich,
that
you should
magic
have seen
was
this coming.
useless, and why can't people? Yeah, you were talking about how magic was like
I'm
useless.
saying how
and
you have
why
to you
can't
use
people
it as
do
a
without it?
crutch. You
But
use it as a
I
crutch.
didn't even
You're
use
weaker
any
because
magic.
of it.
I was just rubbing my arm. I was getting it ready. Jesus
You're
Christ.
weaker because of it.
There-
Stand up on
are
your
you
own.
gonna-
Don't rely on these magic tricks to get through life. A real man stands up for himself and doesn't use parlor tricks and smoke and mirrors and favors from
Alright.
daddy to get what he wants.
Are you gonna pay or not? Because do you even want to get humiliated right now?
Yeah, without your magic spell, we'll do this.
Rich, I agree with the things you're saying. Just they're coming from a person that lost twice to a magic user yesterday, so just can't really back you up on it right now.
I'm
I'll
just
do
saying,
it.
Rich. We had a
No
deal.
spells. Yeah, no spells. Spells are not part of the deal. Arm wrestling competition.
Who said no spells? Did we say no spells prior? I even said I wouldn't use Fist of Stone, implying that magic was allowed.
Rich just
Just
shakes.
that I wouldn't use that one spell.
Finishes his food and says, "All
Are
right,
you gonna pay or
kill
not?"
these cultists or what?"
How much strength does that give someone? Like if it gives 1 strength.
Yeah,
Rich wouldn't actually know, so I can't reveal. He can look it up on
Cobblepot,
his
how
own
much
if he wants.
strength does that give him?
I have no idea, but I think you should do it, Rich. I mean, look at Ricardo's arms. He's not that strong.
The principle of the matter. We make a deal on one premise, then he alters the deal partway through and tries to weasel it
I
in.
did not
Fuck
make any
that.
premises. So
Eh,
I'm not altering anything.
it sounded to me like the deal was you just have an arm wrestling contest. I didn't see any magic
Right.
clauses in there.
I guess Rich is scared of that. I guess he's not good at anything. Now that I think about it, I mean,
Fuck
you're
you,
gonna lose
Ricardo.
in an arm wrestling competition. You're gonna back out of an arm wrestling competition against the weakest person in terms of strength here. That's cool. What are you good at, Rich?
You wanna do this without your magic? Because I'm happy to do without your magic. Let's try it. Let's do one with and one without. How about that? And we'll keep going back and
I mean,
forth
I don't know
until
how to-
someone gets an odd number. Someone wins more than the other person. Come on, one win.
I
we'll-
wouldn't know
we'll
how to
win.
remove it. I would not know how to remove my strength right now.
Rich rolls his eyes at him.
When
Why
he
don't you
flexes, by the way, he looks pretty weak.
In an appropriate place. It's probably what would happen anyway if you lost. You just cast Wall of Fog and run away.
I thought you already cast the spell.
All right, cultists, right? Something about cultists.
Rich,
Are
fight
Oh,
him.
you're gonna pussy out?
are you doing this or not? What the fuck, dude?
I'm gonna push Rich towards Ricardo from the back.
One with, one without magic.
Fight.
You know what, Rich? It's okay. I'll
Oh, you
I'll
can't-
just
I'm
live
off-
happily knowing you're back.
One without magic.
You
and one
backed off.
with magic.
You backed off. We had a deal. You backed off of it. It's fine.
Oh,
Human
cool.
versus inferior
That's it.
human.
pussy.
I understand, Rich.
You know what?
I understand.
That's probably why you're the last brown elf. The others
Hey,
were all
Rich.
that weak.
Hey,
They
Rich.
all died.
The only thing you're good at is losing wipes.
Shots fired.
You hear Charlie from behind the bar. He's just like, holy shit. And he's just like staring at the bar in front of him. He's not making eye contact with anyone.
Is there any food or drink still on the table?
Yeah, I mean,
I
whatever.
tilt the entire table towards Ricardo.
Okay.
I unflip the table.
I will
Ricardo, you're covered
knock
in.
the table back with all my strength as I see it coming.
Okay. Can you roll a d4 for me? Actually, you don't need to roll that. Yeah, you flip the table back, but it's not as like you lean down with one arm and you're like, and then you lean down with another arm and you're like, okay, got it, and then you flip the table. You're also
Really?
covered in eggs, bacon, sausage, potatoes, different liquors and all that stuff. They've ruined your robes.
Okay.
When all this happens, Charlie looks back up and he's just like, God, Jesus, fuck, can this day get any fucking worse? Cobblepot, can you and your friends get I guess this 5 gold is actually worth it now. I gotta clean this shit up. Can you guys just leave?
Wait, what's Ricardo's base strength?
6.
Yeah, even if you rolled a d8.
What does strength actually do? Because I seem pretty weak.
You roll strength per your class. So a wizard rolls d4. Warrior
Yeah,
rolls.
I'll fight Ricardo.
It's kind of
20.
metagaming.
Yeah, you say
though,
that. Metagaming so hard.
That's pretty
I
metagaming.
knew it was a d4.
Yeah.
Didn't
Okay,
care.
fine, I won't.
Yeah. Caitlin.
Well, but that's added strength, right?
Yeah, so it's a d4. It's 6 plus d4.
Okay.
Versus my flat 16.
Yeah, so it's a 10 versus 16 if you roll the best.
Damn.
Yeah, odds are heavily in my favor.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charlie's like,
All right.
Cowpot, please, can you and your friends
All right, guys,
get the fuck out?
I
let's
make for
go.
the
We
door.
can settle this later. I start
Okay.
leaving.
Okay. You
I'll
guys are all outside.
clean my robes off and leave.
Yeah, you have no problem cleaning your robes. I would assume when everyone flipped the table, everyone stood up. So you're the only one that got stuff on your person. Everyone else is fine and dandy.
Okay.
We should go find out about these cultists, I think.
Sure. I mean, we should get paid first, even if it's a discount, right? Or should we
That-
go to that later?
That's true. We could go check out the fancy.
Okay, let's go there.
Rich, Riley, you guys down to do that?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you make your way to Zanzil's Fancy once again. Doors open when you guys approach the building. You see Zanzil behind the bar, or sorry, behind. Well, actually, I guess it would be a bar. He sees you guys walk in, and he's like, "Oh, you don't need to come and tell me the news. I heard last night."
Yeah, we weren't telling you the news. We were here for payment, actually, mister.
He goes, okay. Yeah, what was promised?
Yeah, it was
90% off any item in your store. What was promised for the finding the boy?
He goes, he's kind of looking around and scratching his spear, and he's just like, what? Well, all right.
That's your nephew.
If that's
that we
what
found.
they if that's what they told you, yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, sweet. So, yeah, I guess we'll look around and see if anything piques my interest. Is there any like sick magical staff or something cool?
I think what might be best, unless you guys want to actually RP this out, is I would have to draw, or I need to like actually roll for all the loot. So I'd have to do that in between sessions and just give you guys a list. If there's anything in particular, I guess I could roll for it. If you're looking for a staff, hold on. I gotta find the random table. You know what table that, or what page that is, Neil?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. For what?
Staffs, magical staffs. in the
Back
D-
of the DMG, very back of the DMG. I don't know the page number.
They have a D20 table for it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Where the fuck is this table? Wands. All right. But they don't have everything typed to it. All right. You see a the same wood that Fix's door was made out of. You see a staff in that same fashion.
Fancy as fuck.
It's got seems to have some inscriptions on it. You can't really tell what it is just by looking at it at first glance. Seems to be
But I
about
have
as tall as you.
luckily for me. Well, can I ask him first?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, Sandra. What does this do?
He goes, that is a fine staff, sir. If you are if you are looking for perhaps a stronger weapon to aid you in combat, That'll do the trick.
All right. It's not magical then.
He goes, oh no, of course it is magical.
Does it give me like any spell power plus spell power or something?
He goes, oh no, I wouldn't keep those out in the open. Like I said, it simply just makes you stronger.
It's just
Let
a
me
rod.
hint.
How does that make someone stronger? There's no blade.
He goes, well, that wand, or sorry, that staff. Looking at Riley, goes, that staff is of exceptional quality, and when struck with that, it strikes much harder than, say, and he looks at Ricardo's staff and he goes, than say that wood, denser wood, stronger wood, you know.
But a sword would still be better.
That's interesting.
What did you say, Riley?
But a sword would still be better.
He goes, oh yes, of course, sword would definitely be better. If you can use a sword, I would suggest using that.
Do you have any magical items that will do magical shit?
He goes, I have mine, but I'm not willing to sell this. I'm sorry.
What about any other magical items? Considering this is a magic store.
He goes, well, what in particular are you looking for?
Cobblepot. What do you think would be cool?
Remember that story you were telling me about Sam and his friend that your grandfather told you?
Yeah.
Were there
Yeah.
any people in that story that had like really powerful staffs?
Yes, there was this one long bearded man, something the white, and he had a staff that would blind everyone out of nowhere. It was pretty cool.
Well, maybe the staff isn't as bad as people make it sound to be. I think staffs are pretty cool.
Yeah, but this one doesn't have any magic to it.
Maybe we can just
What about
wait and
magical
see.
daggers? Do you have any magical daggers?
He goes, well, all the daggers that I have are over in that case, and he points kind of behind him. You turn to the case. You see 3 daggers up on little stands, different shapes, different sizes to them. He goes, those are all the daggers that I have in my possession.
And they look pretty ordinary, not magical.
One of them has a, let's say like a blue hue to it in the steel. The other 2 just look finely crafted.
Hey, you know that tale that I was telling you about, Cobblepot? This one
I
has a
remember,
really
yeah.
similar hue to the sword that one of the little guys was wearing, the one that got trapped in the spider web. So, how much for that one?
He looks at the dagger and he goes, well, I forgot I wasn't doing the voice. He's like, well, I obtained that many years ago, and a couple of adventurers decided to. I mean, I guess I could let that go for 1,000.
Outrageous! 90% off though, right? So
Yeah, that's what I. No. That's
I'll
with the
cast ident-
discount.
Oh no! Come on, Sanrio, you're not gonna scam us here.
He goes, no, I would never.
Plus, I
You
know
found my
about your
nephew, why would
scrolls. I
scam
know about
you?
your scrolls and your dirty shit.
You know about what?
Huh?
What? What did
Dude, I don't think that's the right time to say that.
What do you know about?
Nothing, Sanrio. It's just
Say it's not the right time to say what.
the hooker that you were engaged with. Okay, we found out
Dude.
about that.
Sir, my
Sensitive
wife died.
information, don't bring it up.
My wife died many years ago, and I have not been with another woman since. The fact that you are accusing me is an insult.
I am sorry, Sanrio. I was confused with another.
You know what?
magician.
He's been insulting a lot of people whose wives have died today.
Is that so? Is this a thing
Yeah,
that he
he's been
does?
making a habit of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what a
Apparently,
fucking
it's his favorite
asshole.
button to push.
Are you one of those button pushers, Mr. Elf? Huh?
You were very.
I wouldn't
nice last
expect
time we
anything
were
else
around
from a
here,
brown
but
elf.
Excuse me?
Whoa, buddy.
He goes, yeah. Make comments about my wife. You best believe I'll make comments about your color.
Ricardo's a douche, but he's our douche, okay? You're not allowed to call him, make fun of him.
He goes,
Wow.
come into my shop and insult my fucking...
What are you gonna do?
1,000
Whack him
gold.
with your staff?
Just
1,000
be
gold.
cool about it, dude. Be cool. Be cooler
I don't
than
have
he is.
1,000 gold, do I?
No.
I have,
It's
how
on
much
your
gold do
character
I have?
sheet. I don't know. I think like 250-ish.
Okay.
I glanced around the
what
shop.
about the
Are there
staff?
any
How much is that, Ariel?
swords or spears or hatchets lying around the shop somewhere?
Let's see here. Yeah, there's actually a. It doesn't say. There's a. You see a long sword that the light seems to hit it at a. When the light seems to hit it, it seems to have a brighter reflection than yours, Riley. And you actually are kind of taken aback by how, as a weapon, how gorgeous it is.
I run over to it before Rich can, and I ask how much it is.
He looks at you, he goes, well, now that we're done with that first fellow, that sword, hold on, let me think. He kind of scratches his chin and he goes, I can let that go for 90% off. I can let that go for 200.
How do I know like the stats on it, or does that not happen? Is that what we established last time?
I mean,
like better
you
swords?
wouldn't know. It's just a better sword than what you have. You would have to have it identified or talk with. You'd have to RP
I can
it out.
cast Identified.
Oh, could you, Ricardo?
Yes, but I was gonna use it on this dagger if I could even afford it, but I don't think I can.
Yes.
And I don't know. Are you willing to pay me to identify your sword?
Once I use it in combat, will I find out?
Yeah, probably. Yes, you would. Not probably.
I mean, it looks like a pretty nice sword. I'll just buy it.
Okay. He walks over to the casing and opens up the glass, takes the sword out. Instead of holding it by the actual metal, he's got this kind of silken cloth that he's got on the hilt of it and also on the blade of it. He goes, this is a very powerful sword. Be careful with what you strike this with. And he hands it over to you and he goes,
Wait, what's that mean?
He goes,
Like, if I strike someone with it, I want to kill them. What do you mean, be careful?
that's what I mean. If you strike someone with this, they will most assuredly die. He goes,
Okay,
he looks at Rich and he's like, does she not know how swords work? Hey, sir? One must be
Maybe
careful
it's
with any
not
blade they
as-
wield.
Alright, I'll take the sword. I'll just grab it at the handle and
Okay.
give him the gold.
Subtract 200 gold from your character sheet.
Or just 190, since I won that 10 gold.
What? Zanzol doesn't care about your 10 gold that you won. You give him 200 gold.
I know, but you said character sheet.
Oh, okay, right,
Just
right,
in
right.
case. Just in case you forgot.
Right. Okay.